Hello, and today I'm starting a series called How It Feels to Play Any TF2 Character. Now, I'm going to be starting off with one character that I pretty much hate. It's Spy. Now, I know there's a lot of people who main as Spy, and no offense to you people, but I may over-exaggerate at points. Okay, let's get into it. So, Pyros. I've got quite a bit to say about them. Pyros, well, you know him. He's got the flamethrower. It's kind of ridiculous. And with such low health like Spy, you die very quickly to him. Plus, if you're cloaked and you get flamed by Pyro, they can still see you even when you're invisible. So, that's the first red flag when it comes to Pyros. Okay, second annoying thing about Pyros. They have a mid-range, meaning whatever the flames touch instantly sets alight, but they have limited range, unlike every other class, unless you're using melee obviously. But they can quick scan an area, which basically means they can run in like a circle with their field of view, meaning they can catch a Spy that was about to stab them in the back. Now, I don't mean any hate towards Pyros, but most Spy mains really do not like Pyro for the two things I just said. Plus, if you try to trick stab them, which means stepping to the side before they can hit you and going around while you're invisible, they just start randomly spy checking for some reason. So, Spy mains, just be worried about Pyros when you see them, because they'll probably spy check every 2 seconds. So, Spy is quite unique compared to other characters. He's a French spy. He can cloak himself to become invisible. He can get behind enemies and stab them with his knife, insta-killing them. He can also use his cigarette pocket to turn into other people, or disguise himself as other people. And of course he's got his pistol for emergency measures. Now, these are all advantages. If you turn invisible, obviously they can't see you unless they legitimately bump into you. Because if they bump into you, they see your outline and then can track you. And it can make an easy escape. If somebody's chasing you, you can cloak and become invisible and just go around the corner, lay down and hide, and then they won't be able to find you. It's quite simple really. There are his pistols, and they're pretty good. I've got the Ambassador. It does extra damage if you headshot people, but it does less damage if you body shot them. As you can probably see from the clips in the background, I'm not the best shot. So yeah. Disguises, they can be very useful, but you have to act like that team member you're replicating. And if you bump into the team member you're replicating, they will kill you. So yeah, there's a problem with that. And finally, his backstab. Unless you're a Pyro, you don't really check your back very much, meaning you can one-shot people a lot as Spy. But he's quite slow, meaning if they start running away before you can get to them, you're pretty much going to have to chase them and probably get killed by a scout or a Pyro. So yeah, those are some of the main advantages with the Spy. So, a disadvantage of Spy, first of all, would be maps. Some maps just aren't really playable with Spy. Some maps just, you can't really get behind the enemy because it's just one long hallway, and they'll probably hit scan you really well. So first thing of all, find a decent map on casual or competitive if you want to play as Spy. Another disadvantage is that Spy's been around so long disguising himself as other teammates that people pretty much always know when you are Spy, unless you're really good and you know how to fool everybody really well. So it's generally player knowledge that means they're going to find out that you're a Spy. Another thing about disguises, as soon as you attack with the disguise on, either through your pistol or knife, you will instantly lose your disguise and be put out in the open. So, that's a bit bad. But there's also another disadvantage. If you're going invisible, people can see you going invisible and coming out of invisible, obviously. But you have to wait for the whole animation of you going out of invisible to become visible before you can attack. Meaning, while you're waiting patiently for your animation to finish behind somebody, they could just turn around and see you uncloak right in front of you. Yet another disadvantage of being a Spy is the cart. If you're ever playing Payload or Capture Point, if you're disguised or invisible, you won't be able to capture the point or move the payload, and you won't be able to get health from the payload either. So you have to uncloak or just get rid of your disguise, and that means you're pretty much put out right in the open. And since you're among the few classes with a 125 health, you can instantly be sniped with a regular body shot from a sniper, and you're pretty slow, so you're not going to get out of there very quickly. Plus they can see the first second of your animation when you go invisible, so they'll probably know where you are. And don't get me started on Pyros again. So, if you're going to play a Spy, you're going to have to get pretty damn good at him, because people are pretty much used to all your disguises and tricks. So you're going to have to know every hiding spot, every ammo point on the map if you want to get good at with Spy. And if you're good with headshots, use the Ambassador, because that's the only way you'll probably get out of a pinch when using your revolver. And if you're a stock knife, or you've just started playing a Spy, just expect to die a lot, and I mean a lot. So yeah, if you want to play a Spy, you're going to have to be pretty damn good at hiding. Plus, if you're on one of those servers where people just constantly accuse you randomly, you're probably going to get killed quite quickly. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Spy. I prefer playing as Demo Man personally. And finally, nobody take anything I've said to heart. It's my opinion. So you shouldn't take it as gospel. You shouldn't take it as I'm completely telling the truth, because I only played like 5 hours worth of Spy, and there's people who've played hundreds of hours and they can play on any map and destroy any team. So yeah, don't let my words take it to heart. You could be a great Spy if you practiced a lot. But I spend quite a long time playing as Spy, so yeah. And I don't like him, I just prefer Demo Man. So, nobody take it to heart. Disclaimer done. See you in the next video.